Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round, what's this, I think it's 6 of 15 here in the Rwagnation League. We are coming to you from lovely Belgium. As you can see, currently the standings is Rainer on 95 points. We go through that quite quickly. Further down to 11th, got Brownie. Good mix of drivers further down the grid. Coming top of the constructors, you've got Haas and Williams there, as you can see on the screen. Belgium is one of my favourite tracks of all time. And here we go, here's the track map, 19 turns, big elevation changes going on here. And I'm currently on quite quiet, so I'm going to turn that down a smidge, and you guys can now hear me a little bit, hopefully. There we go. Big elevation changes, most notably through Eau Rouge and Radian. As this has been created, well, put in, it's had very unpredictable weather, most notably in 98, where there was a lot of rain and caused some big issues. Eau Rouge is actually named after the red water close to the corner. I think most people actually knew that. I personally did it. And most importantly, Beely is one of our drivers here. He had an accident a few days ago, so we're wishing him the very best. So all the love from the Rwagnation going towards him. Up next, though, we have a hot lap by Just Chillin'. I'm going to turn the volume up for this because it is quite quiet. One of the shortest dives down to the first corner here. As you go, literally, this is a DRS straight, but not a lot of action will happen on this straight. Except for on that first lap, where this tight corner, La Source, going to catch a few people out, and then you get that power down nice and early, and then you're going downhill through a little kick turn 2, down to the bottom, which is Eau Rouge, and you kick it left, right up through Radian actually, and then left again, then you're on the Kemmel straight, turn 6, little kick in, but this is the important DRS section, get it nice and wide, get it past that guy in front of you, as you've got the hard braking of Legume coming up, turn 7, through the right, 8, and then a little spurt, and you just keep going through turn 9, little lift off there, you go through 9, and then you get down to Rivage or Brussels, depends how you want to call it, double right-hander, well it's a single turn but double apex, and then your left-hander, turn 11, this wall here is very close, and you can quite easily catch that if you're not paying too much attention, especially if it's wet, that's what's going to be important here. Turn 12 is Pull on, it's a double left-hander, a little bit straight up in the middle, but get back through it. And then you go down through Pull on, and then into turn 13, this is Campus area, it's a high-speed chicane of all things. Through 14 Campus, and then it's 15 Stavlo, which is effectively a double right-hander, but the exit 16 is where you're going to see people caught out, potentially again in raining. That corner just sticking out there can catch you out if you're not paying too much attention. And then up the curve, Pull Ferret, I'm never going to pronounce that right, so I'm going to say that once and only time, through turn 18, which is Monchevant. And then this is where you can see some overtaking, going hard, braking into the bus stop chicane, turns 18, 19 and 20. And get that power down. If it's fast, if you're going for a qualifying, keep to the right, fastest point to the line. And there we go, that is a flying lap of the track. And we are just getting into qualifying now, so let's switch over to the race screen. And hopefully it won't be too much longer before we are in and going. Just waiting for one last driver to ready up. For those who don't know, short qualifying followed by a 50% race, and a 50% race around Belgium is, I'm just looking up because it's 22 laps, because the full distance is 44. 22 doesn't sound like long, but it's one of the, well, it used to be one of the longest laps on the season. Generally hovered around 2 minutes. Back in the good old days, apologies for the screen, just change that over. There we go. Yeah, generally hovered around 2 minutes for a lap. Back in the good old days, back when I remember it. As I say before, this is one of my favourite tracks. Most notably, anyone's been watching it for a while, well, or watching F1 for a while, remember the 98 race. Big collision, to say the least, on the opening lap, just after La Source, involving numerous drivers. And the British known as Damon Hill went on to win in a not massively uncompetitive car, but considering the following year it did actually challenge for the Constructors' title. I think it came third that year, but anyways, we're going to go aboard with Any Turn, our championship leader, currently out on track, and he's going to go through the gears. I'm not mentioning Jos Verstappen, don't worry, it's not, no, sorry. Rainer was the winner last time out in Hungary, followed by Meister, then Ellington. Ellington put it on pole but was unable to deliver during the race. I'll be honest, I've not seen the highlights of that. They're normally part of the warm-up screens. Unfortunately, they were unable to be prepared in time due to technical issues. Not too much to worry about, but I'm sure we'll find a link to that on the Rwagnation Discord. If you guys want to get involved in that Discord, you'll find a link to it just down in the panels below. If you look at my schedule, there is a link there. Well, if you look at the Discord, there is a link to the Rwagnation to get yourself involved with. So we're on board here with the Nectarine. He's going to start one of the first flying laps. He's out on the Super Softs. We've got 3 compounds today. We've got Super Softs, Softs and medium tyres. We'll get more into strategy later in the qualifying, just in case anyone who hasn't brushed up on their strategies as of yet. That's an interesting... Okay. So let's turn on the Super Softs, the softs of the compounds we've got here today. And he'll show us how to do a flying lap here. Not to worry about yellow flags just yet. If it's the race, then you worry about yellow flags. But Anyturn will show us how to get a flying lap underway, going through the bus stop chicane. Well, it's not called the bus stop chicane anymore, but I still call it the bus stop chicane. I'm an old fart. But here we go, Anyturn going through the source for the first time today. A bit of a lock-up going through, but gets it through neatly. He's already got a bit of traffic in front. Hopefully he gets out of the way. Is that his teammate? Just comes straight out in front of him. It is. That's that must be planned, actually, to get himself a little bit of a tow along the Kemmel Straight. Good strategy there from Williams, and perfect timing then from Copy to get out just in front of his teammate and offer him a lovely tow. Hopefully he's going to get that favourite return to him later on. And that is Williams' strategy working to perfection there. And so Anyturn got past his teammate quite easy, obviously. And now he's going through that turn 10 rivage. We've got a fair few people out already, and only one person still in the pits. That is Beaker in the Ferraris. Current reigning champion of the Rwagnation League, but how long will he be reigning for? We'll better find out. Tortor gets well out of the way of Anyturn as he's pinning that throttle through P1, coming into turn 13 now. And let's see, just keep it almost going off track there, but keeping it going still. Now coming through Stavlo. Is he going to keep away from that dreaded wall? Yes, he does. Quick word on weather. I don't actually know the weather forecast. There's your quick word on weather. It looks dry at the moment. That's all I can say. Sorry, I could be more useful on that. So Anyturn coming up to the bus stop chicane. Let's see if he can get a good lap time in. And hopefully, for his sake, he's actually going to give Copy a tow when Copy comes up to his flying lap, which would be pretty much starting straight after him. Anyturn does a 140, pretty much 141. And is he going to give Copy a tow? We're just going to sit with Copy and see if he's actually going to get a tow from his teammate. I suspect he will. Mace them with 142, so just over a second off Anyturn's lap. And yeah, looks like Anyturn's actually going to give Copy a little drag down the Kemmel Straight. He's going to struggle a little bit for grip through here, but it's obviously a high-speed corner, not enough downforce. Can actually stabilise the car, but he's done well to get through there. Now he's getting that tow back off Anyturn. So Williams boys returning the favour further out. Let's have a look further down then to Zerd in the McLaren. He's just come round turn 15 here. And let's see what he can do. Last time out, oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Last time out, Zerd didn't race. No, that's correct, he didn't race. And so, just had a week off, he's coming back now. Let's see what he can do coming up to the bus stop chicane. Yonti putting in 141.7, so he's got ahead of Mesa, but nowhere near Anyturn's time. Obviously that little slipstream helped Anyturn to no ends. Zerd looked like he lifted off a little bit there, as he invalidated, so he's not going to set a time. Let's see where an audible gamer is. He's currently out on the medium tyres. Oh, and those medium tyres are not working well for him there. He's gone off on the exit of turn 9, and that's going to make a real mess of his time, his lap. So Gooby's putting a lap on those mediums. He's done pretty much a 2-minute dead. Copy then coming up to the bus stop chicane after his little tow from his teammate. Let's see, obviously with that tow, we're hoping to see him get right up there. Keeping, not quite keeping right, but does a 41.5. So he's half a second off his teammate. Anyturn is setting some blistering pace already, and it's only had the first flying lap. So let's see, Beaker's just about to start. He just started flying lap, so let's stick with Beaker. Obviously those on the mediums and the softs could be doing another flying lap, as I see just chilling put in 2 laps on his set of tyres. So let's just have a look further back while Beakers get going. Gooby's on the wrong side of the track, really. Ryan, let's stick with Ryan then. He's on that screen, so he's actually going considerably faster, 1.8 seconds faster. Got a little bit of lag there. And now he's coming through Blanchimont, a bit more lag. That's not helping him at all, I don't think. Coming up to the bus stop chicane. Oh, sliding through there. He's had enough of that one. He does not like that one bit. So let's see Yeltek. Yeltek's coming up to the bus stop chicane. Let's see if he sends it in. He probably is. Yes, he is. He's on mode 0, so we're going to ignore him. Let's go back to Beaker then. Curry out on the Supersofts. Chloe is also out, along with Tortor. And they are going to be doing some flying laps, so let's see where they are. Chloe's just started. Tortor is currently about to start. So let's go back to Beaker then, in the Ferrari. And let's see what he can string together. As he's gone through campus now into Stavlo. And Beaker, I think it was last season here actually in the Rwagnation League that he tried to take his tyres a little bit longer than he should have done, and actually had a big puncture just coming off Stavlo, and that was the end of his race. That was only about 2 laps from the end, so he'll be hoping not to repeat that. Whether or not his race engineers will remind him of what he did last time is he slides through bus stop. Might have lost a little bit of time there. See what he puts up on the board, a 42.5. Good enough for P6 for now then. As Ellington's actually come out for another lap. He's obviously not happy with what he's done so far. Let's have a look. Tortor is just gone through Lacombe. Let's go back to Chloe then, who's currently going through Stavlo. And now on to the longs. Isn't quite straight up to Blanchimont. And now up towards the bus stop chicane. Let's see if he can pick his braking perfectly here. Oh, big front, both front wheels lock up there, but he's still going because he needs to set a time. And it's going to be a bit off the pace, and it's down there in P6 then for Chloe. Tortor himself is currently just gone through Stavlo. As he's approaching some yellow flags, so hopefully that's for an incident behind him. Obviously yellow flags don't mean too much in qualifying, it's just people slowing down to get out of the way. Tortor was about to find the back of one of those people, and it is any turn, so I suspect any turn's just going to get going quite quickly away from Tortor, so shouldn't be too much of an issue there. And he goes P9 for now then. Meister is on a flying lap, he's heading down the hill down to Eau Rouge. Obviously one of the best corners on the track because it's just the elevation changes on there. It is beautiful. I was watching some cars earlier in a 24H series going around Spa. It is just beautiful. Warm myself up for it, for this race. So let's stay with Meister now, going through turn 9 in Lacombe. As mentioned earlier, Meister was second last time out, behind Rayner and Enturn. And we don't actually have Rayner here today, I don't think. Oh yes, he is. He's down there at 19th, just not set a time as yet. So he's out on an out lap at the moment, so hopefully he'll get a lap in. Got just over 8 minutes left of the session, so plenty of time. But obviously with such a long lap, this is obviously going to be a 140 odd lap from most people. Oh, Meister looking a little bit out of shape there on the exit of campus. Shouldn't have lost him too much time, but he's going to lose a little bit. And now he's going up through towards Blanchimont now. He knows what he's got to beat. He's got to get effectively a 140 something if he wants to put this out the front of the grid. Coming out to the bus stop chicane now. A little bit of a lock up there, but still not too much. Very keen on that accelerator. He doesn't quite get there, but he does P2. But you still, if you just look at those gaps to the leader, as that turn goes even faster. Apologies for that. It turns down to 40.855. That's Meister's time is now 0.6 off Edit turns, and it's looking like a one-horse race. But if anyone can do it, I think Rayner could be the man to rain on it in turns parade today. Let's see how he does. He's just going through Lacombe now. Let's just check everyone's best time. So everyone who's at the top has done it on the Super Softs. further down, the best times are on mediums, a combination of mediums and softs. And it's Rainer, Zerd and Normal Gamer unable to put in a time as yet. So Rainer's just gone through Bourne now, it's going up to campus. The sort of chicane, it is and it isn't, it's a high speed chicane. Throwing it into Stavlo now. Zerd has actually put in a time, I missed it. He's put in a 41.18. He's actually got quite close to any turn, but he needs to get into that 140 if he really wants to challenge any turn. He is just a man on his own league at the moment. My voice is starting to go already, this isn't a good sign, is it? So Rainer throwing it into the bus stop chicane. He knows he needs to get into the 140s. Is he going to get into the 140s? It's going to look tight. And it's a 41.4, so it's good enough for P3 for now. But nowhere near entry turns time still. As you can see, he's 0.576 off entry turns time. That just shows how quick entry turn is here today. As Copy goes in above Rainer, so knocks him down. Women's boys are on point. Inaudible Gamer is looking like he's on a fly. He hasn't set a time yet. So let's see where he can get. He's going to be on the mediums. So ideally he's looking to be at Yeltek level with 43.9. And he does a 44.1. He's P15 for now. Next to his teammate. Both doing their times on the mediums. So who else is on a flying lap? Let's have a look. Beaker's once again on a fly. We've had a look at him. Tinamo currently going through Rivage, turn 10. In the other Force India. Through that dreaded turn 11, where if you just lose that back end, you are going to that wall. Quite similarly with Puan as well. You can quite easily lose the back end if you touch that curve on the inside and you're not ready for it. The car will just snap on you and you'll be walking back to the pits. So Tinamo coming up to Stavlo. Oh, just a little bit of sliding through you there. As he's coming up now, he's gone through 16 through 17. 17's here. Now on to blocks on turn 18. A little bit on that grass, he's going to lost a bit of time there actually. Don't really want to lose any speed on the straight. Now into the chicane, 19 and 20. Let's see what he can do. Oh, sliding on the exit. And going to come across the line. It's gone faster, improved by 0.76 of a second. Up to P13 for now then, as Beaker jumps up from 12th to 9th. Fastessi's put 2 times on those, 2 laps on his Super Softs. And Enton has come back out again, but those things he's on an out lap. Let's see where Just Chillin' is. He is just taking it easy up at turn 9. He is on a flying lap. I've somehow disabled that screen, let's put that back on. He's actually on an out lap. Or he's bailed out of the lap already. Ryan on the Super Softs, he is just about to start a flying lap, so no point looking at him. Let's have a look. Who's the speaker on another one? No, he's on his way in by looks things. Rickson is cross country. He's struggling to find gears by looks things. I think the Red Bull mechanics might need to have a look at that gearbox when he's done. He's just shredded a few gears. Right, let's see who else to look at. Tortor. He's about to start a flying lap in the Renault, not Red Bull. So let's see what he can do. He's on the Super Softs, so he needs to get himself up there. Oh. Oversteer when you're starting a lap is not the way to start a flying lap. His teammate Wormels is up in P11 at the moment. Tortor will be hoping to claw himself up to where his teammate is. You're going to go through Eau Rouge. Tinamo has retired from the session. This late stages, that could just be retiring from the session, not actually crashing out. So no, not too much to worry about. 2 minutes left of the session. It's getting to the point where if you're not out of the pits yet, you're not getting out of the pits at all. Chloe, Rexon, Brownie, Falsetti, all still currently in the pits, and I think they might be done for today. As Tortor slides through Rivage, fighting that car. Oh, a little bit of lag there for Tortor. Keeps it out the wall. Oh. But I hope this is just Tortor, not me, because that is a big bit of lag there for Tortor. Let's find someone else to watch. Oh. That's the lag for Tortor, biting him in the rear end. Where's Yeltek? Yeltek's about to start a flying lap. Let's have a look at... Serena's about to start a flying lap as well. Who's on a flying lap? Yonti's on a flying lap. Going up through Radiant. Got a yellow flag ahead. Interesting. It's just guys going quite slow. And that'll be Mika going very slow. He is done for the day. It's going to be P9 at best then. As the vast majority of people on the grid are going to be starting on super soft tyres. Well, I'm going to do these next laps on super soft, shall we say, not starting on them. So we got a good battle on. I think it's more of a battle on for P2 than for the pole. You've got Meister's going to be on a flyer, Rayner, Copy, and Zerd. I think Editor might be a little out of reach today, but you never know if someone just strings a lap together. Well, he's beaten his own time and has gone quite comfortably P1 then. He's done a 140.8, and that is a quick lap to say the least. I suspect not many people are even going to get close to that, but we'll see. Rexon is currently in the pit, so he's done. Fastest is on a lap, he's going to be done. He's not going to finish that. Yonti then coming up to the bus stop. Let's see if he can put in a decent time. Sliding through there. Oh, a bit of oversteer coming off the corner. Is he going to get up any higher than he is at the moment? P8 he is. P8 he remains. He goes faster, but not fast enough. So let's see who's going to be the next one. Zerd is down there at turn 16. Copy is miles away. Rayner is coming to the final corners. Let's see what times he does. And there's what time he's got to beat. He's got to get into the 140s. Is he going to get into the 140s? He doesn't quite. Just outside the 140s, but P2 as it stands. Meister's a bit off. Copy's a bit off. So Zerd coming around the final corners. Anderson has retired from session. Funny that. Oh, Zerd just avoiding the wall there. Goes back to P2 ever so slightly there. Copy is coming up towards Blanchemont. But Meister is coming into the bus stop chicane. Can he get up to P2? Hard acceleration coming off that corner. Where's he going to go? Stays P5. It's all down to Copy then. Can he string it together? Has he done enough through the rest of the lap to get himself up higher than P4? No, he remains P4. He goes faster, but obviously he looks like he just went faster, didn't do anything. Brownie coming across the line. Goes up to P5 then, knocking down Meister. Great lap from him then. And Beaker, the last man on track, isn't really on track. He's done. He's run out of fuel as well. So quite an easy pole position then for Anyturn. By 0.2 of a second. Zerd and Rayner very close behind. Copy there as well with his teammate down in P4. Brownie P5, Meister P6 in that battle. Has to put in a respectable time as well. So we'll get a full rundown of the qualifying positions in a moment. Once Beaker's finished. So there we go, Anyturn taking home the pole, only man in the 140s, followed by Zerd, Rayner, Copy, Brownie, Meister, Hazard, Falsetti, Yonti, Bormels, running out your top 10. They're just missing out Beaker, Chloe, Real Gooby, a little bit off the time, but he did us on the softs. Normal Gamer down there in 14th, followed by TNMO, Yeltek, Rexon, Tortor, Just Chilling, and rounding out is Ryan. Quite a bit off the pace there, 8 seconds off the pace, obviously not stringing his laps together as well as he'd hoped. I think we might have to nickname him to I forgot his name now. Williams driver. I've forgotten it. It's gone. Never mind. Oh, Kubica. Ryan is now called Kubica, everyone. So just wait for everyone to ready themselves up, get those setups on, get those tyre choices made. Obviously those who qualified in the top 10 will have to keep those tyres. Those who missed out have free choice. And it's looking like a dry start. Whether or not it'll stay dry, we shall find out shortly. So coming into this race, Anyturn is 14 points off the back of Rayner, and we'll be hoping to turn that around today. Rayner's got 3 wins to his name, so Anyturn's 2. Done in third, you've got Meister on 63 points. So he is 17 off the back of Anyturn. And we've got our formation lap is underway. If you've never seen a league race, don't worry about people getting disqualified at this stage. It happens a lot, to say the least. So also just going back to the points, you've got on 34 points, you've got Copy. So he's in a decent position to get some more points today. Mizzo in the McLaren, he's not here today. I believe he's taken over by Zerd. He's in 5th place on 32 points, tied with Wommels on 32, and 1 point behind them you've got Yonti. Lassero, another person who's not here today, on 30 points. And Hazard on 27, Yotek on 22, Brownie on 18, Chloe on 8, Beaker on 7, Just Chilling on 5, Falsetti on 4, along with Gooby and Tinamo on 2. Everyone else has 0 points so far. Oops, sorry. So there we go. Haas obviously leading the Constructors' Championship. But we're all focused about this one race. It's not about what's happened so far. It is about this race. This is round 6 of only 15 due to F1 2019 coming out a little bit sooner than most people expected. Unfortunately, with some leagues, we had already started our season by the time the date was announced. We've had to cut down the league after it started. But still. So, Anyturn is coming back to the grid now. Kubica is a fair bit off the back of the pack, down there in 20th. We're just waiting for him, whilst Anyturn is going to be getting onto the grid shortly. So, with the short sprint down into turn 1, you're going to see a great concertina effect as all those drivers slamming on those brakes, trying to just slow it down for such a tight corner. And if we don't see any damage, I'll be incredibly surprised. As Tortor and Rexon are having a little bit of tussling, have been disqualified, but they'll be on the grid in a moment. So just waiting for Kubica to take up his place, and we can get going. Three, 4, 5 red lights. They're off, and we're off for the Belgium Grand Prix. Sliding through is there, Zerd. Covering off, but Rayner's got through on Zerd. As Anyturn leads quite comfortably into the first corner. A little bit of argy-bargy going at the back. But actually, surprisingly enough, it all looks clean through the first corner. Now Hazard going side by side with Mesa as they go through Eau Rouge. Hazard bails out, and he's got side by side again with Yonti. Yonti's just behind Hazard here, going up through the Camel Straight now. Is he going to make a move? But behind Beaker's making moves as well, as they go 4 wide. Oh, big collision there. That is Yonti spinning further back. Falsetti had to take evasive action. And he's gone off track as so as Falsetti. He's come back on. And is that Tinamo who's just having a little slide in the back as well. So it's a terrible start then for Yonti and Tinamo. They've had accidents on the opening lap. Just see if he's picked up any damage. I think he has on that front right there of Yonti. See if Tinamo's picked up any damage. He looks right actually. So he's going to slot in to P19 as his teammates run very wide in front of him. He's going to be careful coming back onto the track back there. Falsetti dropping 5 places on the opening lap. He's just losing out there to Gooby. just held it there. I think he's going to lose it. And the Toro Rosso boys are going to go side by side shortly. And we've got a great view of this action from the T-cam of Falsessi. Let's see if he can make a move here. He's got a nice slipstream on Gooby. Got to look to go around the outside of Blanchimont. Celtic runs a little bit wide. Who's going to break last here? Falsessi looking to dive down the inside and does. He's getting 2 for the price of 1. No, he's not, but he takes 1 quite nicely there into the bus stop chicane. He's going to get the drive off that he's after. Maybe he's in the slipstream of Yeltek. He's going to go down the inside into La Source. He has a look. Is he going? He's not quite going. He had a very good look there. As further up, Bommels is battling then with Beaker right on the rear of the Ferrari boy. He's got a better drive off Eau Rouge and Radiant. In that slipstream now, the Ferrari boy. Is he going to make the last of the late breakers? No, Beaker holds him off for now. So, Yonti and the Honourable Game are having to pit due to damage on that opening lap. If you're worrying why the times all look a mess, it's because that's what happens on the opening laps. Is that Hazard going? Hazard's gone really slow. He's just losing more and more positions, and he's about to lose another one to Bommels. Hazard's dropping like a stone. I think he just lost that to Mesa as well. Did he pick up any damage through that? Doesn't look like it. He's just dropped like a stone. He's down to P9. He's got his teammate a bit behind him, about 2 seconds by the looks of that. So Hazard dropping big as well. Falsessi starts to recover, but decent start for Beaker and Yeltek up 4 places on the opening few laps. DRS to be enabled shortly as well, so that's going to create some more overtaking. Further up front, Enterton has got a 0.6 lead over Zerd, and that will be interesting if Zerd can close him in, because obviously Rayner's right behind him as well. And yeah, DRS is going to be enabled at the end of this lap, and will be active on the Kemmel Straight as soon as they get to it. As we just wait for now times to sort themselves out a little bit. Enton's still going fastest, no surprise there. Copy's well off the back of Brownie, so Copy's backing up the pack a little bit. Wommels is side by side with Hazard going through La Source, and up he goes again. Oh no, that's fighting back, sorry. Let's go on board with Hazard then. He's right on the back of Wommels there, a little bit unstable due to the lack of downforce he's got. He pulls out, he's going to get DRS. This Wommels got DRS of his own, I don't believe he does. No, so Hazard is taking that position back off him. Tortor with a 3-second penalty for obviously corner cutting then. Not his best start. Now, I've just been informed Falsetti time does have a 3-second penalty for blocking on the qualifying lap, so as it stands he'll be dropping back a fair distance, but obviously as he gets another 3-second penalty, that's not what he wanted. Long way to go in this race though. We're only on lap 3 of 22, so a lot can change. As we've got yellow in sector 2, is that Tortor having a little off? As Gooby picks up a 3-second penalty. I think Tortor might have had an off there. He's dropped back a fair bit, yes he has, because Ryan is close to his tail. Let's have a look back up then. Brownie and Rayner as we're coming out to the bus stop. Obviously not going to be close enough to make a move unless Rayner makes a mistake, which I don't suspect he will. We won't see many overtakings happening that close anytime soon. Rayner goes a little bit deep into the hairpin, chicane, sorry. And both struggling to get that grip coming off the corner. So the front drivers all still out on those super softs. We should be expecting to pit in probably lap 6 or 7 if they can get them that far. Obviously each driver has their own setups, which could make or break how they go. So Zerd has got away from Rayner, so doesn't have to worry about being attacked with DRS, but Brownie is going to attack with DRS on Rayner, and that's going to be an easy overtake. And through he goes. Back end kicking out a little bit there for Brownie. Is Rayner going to have a come back at him here? He's right on his tail. Oh, big lock up there from Brownie, big lock up. Zerd is on the back of Enterton by 0.6. Brownie's fighting that car. He's going to have to be careful though. He's just have a look at Zerd up there, currently in P2, hanging on to the back of Eniturn. Based on Eniturn's qualifying pace, surprised to see Zerd that close as Beaker picks up a 3-second penalty. Obviously, corner cuttings are starting to amount for people. And so let's have a look further back. You got Chloe, Bommels, and Hazard all close between each other. Apologies, I'm coughing up my lungs still. So Chloe, interesting enough, on the medium tyres, hanging around people on the super softs. He's also got some pace. Talking of pace, Maester and Copy are close together. Is Copy going to look down the inside into turn 1? In front you've got Rayner trying to look on the back of Brownie. No, obviously there's no point making an overtake here because the detection point for the straight, the Kemmel straight, is after that corner, so you don't really want to make the move too soon. As we go down the hill into a Rouge on board with Maester. Copy looks a little bit out of shape there. Rayner is going to get past Brownie in front, but let's stick with this one. Let's see as Chloe gets past his teammate. Hazard just not working well for him today. And Maester moving himself back up to P5 then. Let's have a look. Chloe and Bommels going side by side. A little bit off track there. Oh, has Bommels lost it? Bommels has lost it! He's in the barriers. And that is going to be a hefty front wing damage there for him. He's going to come back on, currently down in 16th place. He's going to lose place probably to his teammate due to that heavy front wing damage on the Renault car. Didn't see if there was damage. There might contact. Sorry, there might well have been between Chloe and Bommels. But Hazard still hanging around the top 10. It's been up and down so far this race. As Bommels has DNF from the race. Obviously that damage has been a little bit too much on him. He's crashed and left the session. He's obviously not very happy with himself or with another driver. Is that here? Just trying to find out where it was. It was just there on the exit of 11 then. So we are down to 19. And Zerd is still hunting down Eniturn. Starting to approach the pit window for these super softs. Obviously depending if we're going to have rain later on in the race. Brownie and Rayner are still battling out for the last podium places as Falsetti's coming to the pits on those super softs. First the super softs to blink then. And Brownie's going to make a move relatively easy here on Rayner. Through he goes. Rayner going to look to make a move down the inside. No, he's not. Just going to hold us the back. This Copy is going to do nothing. Beaker's starting to turn it on. He's caught up to the back of Copy. And so we've got the Mercedes boys line astern. We've got the Toro Rosso boys line astern. And obviously the Toro Rosso boys have got a bit of battling to do because that is for the last of the points positions down there in 10th place. It's starting to look a little bit overcast. I've not seen the weather forecast, so hopefully someone can give me that and I can work out if there is going to be rain. But based on how the skies are looking, it could potentially be rain. So Gooby's still on the back of his teammate. You've got a yellow in sector 1. Who's that for? That's not one of these guys because they're not in sector 1. Not sure who it's for, but never mind. So let's actually keep an eye on the battle for 5th, in all honesty, because that could be... Eniturn has pitted from the lead then. As Beaker dives down the inside of Copy, doesn't quite make it. Maester's also pitting. Brownie and Rayner all pitting as well, so Zerd takes hold of the lead. And he's obviously trying to do a little bit of an overcut as such, which basically means he stops a little bit later than everyone else. And they've all gone on to the mediums then. Those people that have just pitted. So Beaker on the back of Copy. Beaker on the soft tyres compared to Copy's super softs. He's gaining already, coming off Radian. And this is going to be the easiest overtake he's going to do all day. To the point that I'm actually going to switch off it because it's too easy. Gooby and his teammate are still going at it. They're going for 5th and 6th. Obviously, when they make their pit stop later in the race, that will allow everything to be corrected. Mace, they're picking up a penalty. That could be big come the end of the race. As Eniton and Just Chilling are... Oh, Just Chilling a little bit wide, very wide, and he's retired. That is a big crash. And that is an even bigger crash. Who just hit him? Was that Rayner just ploughing through him? Rayner's still going, so obviously didn't affect him too much. Safety car has been deployed though for that incident. So that's going to work out brilliantly for Zerd and Copy, who haven't actually stopped. And Just Chilling has potentially almost gifted a chance for Zerd to take a race win here. Zerd is going to pit under the safety car, get a free change, and potentially come out still in the lead. So we're going to stick with Zerd and see how this works out for him. Drive-through penalty for Gooby for speeding under the safety car. Is Beaker going to take advantage of this as well and pit, getting his pit stop out of the way with and put some mediums on as well? So Zerd is in. Is Beaker coming in? Yes, Beaker is coming in as well. And I assume Copy's coming in as well, so it looks like everyone's actually coming in. Sorry, I'm coughing up my lungs. So Yeltek will go through. Will he take hold of the lead? Potentially. That's the wrong way. So Zerd is going to hold the lead for now. As he'll fall up behind the safety car. Enterturn does get through on Beaker. Oh, Zerd has overtaken the safety car. He's going to have to be careful. And Mason's going to have a 5-second stop go penalty for severe collision with Rayner. Penalties are starting to mount up here. People are going to have to be careful soon. So Enterturn comes out in P4 with the two guys in front of him haven't stopped yet. Rayner, 5-second stop go for ignoring yellow flag. A lot of penalties starting to be applied here. Right. So Beaker did pit. He's come out in P5 just ahead of his teammate, who pitted the lap earlier. Copy's there in P7. He's going for a different strategy to everyone else. Actually, he's gone for the softs. Meister has retired from the session. What's happened there? Let's see if we can see. We're going to go on board with Yonti. Did Meister have too much damage, or has he just said enough is enough and retired? Is that here? It was. That was at Eau Rouge, Running. So must have had a little bit of damage from his contact earlier and has binned it. So vast majority of the drivers taking advantage of the safety car to pit. Yeltek and Gooby, the only people not to have done. They're just going to put themselves in an interesting position then, because they'd have to stop while everyone else, bar potentially Copy, but definitely Clowie, could go to the end. Obviously Yonti and Inaudible Gamer might have to stop again. They might be okay actually. I've got my numbers saying 15 laps on the softs, and obviously doing some laps behind the safety car should help them a little bit. So Clowie is definitely going to stop, but you could potentially do a double super soft from here. Whether or not that will work for him or not, we'll soon see. Wrexham with illegal blocking behind a safety car. Interesting. I didn't know you could do illegal blocking behind a safety car, but he's done it. What's happening to it? What? How has Enterturn managed to spin behind the safety car? So I've just been informed that Beaker has picked up a 5-second penalty for turning into Yonti, resulting in significant impact on his race. Obviously that will be added on to the end. So not sure what happened with Enterturn. He's obviously must have come together with another driver. You don't expect people to lose it. I think Ericsson must have hit him. But he's going to have a front wing change, but he's still in the race. He is, however, going to be coming out. Is he going to come out ahead of Ryan? Yes, he will come out ahead of Ryan. He's on the softs as well, so he'll hoping to take those to the end. So that gifts everyone an extra position as the Tauros is also pitted. So currently behind the safety car, who hopefully will be in this lap, Zerd is your current race leader, followed by Beaker, Brownie, Copy, Rayner, Hazard, Tinamo, Falsetti, Rexon and Tortor running out your top 10. Clowie also pitting from his super softs. So going to be worth keeping an eye on Copy. He's going to be much racier off the start than everyone else with those soft tyres, but he's got to make sure they last until the end of the race. The mediums definitely will last the end. The softs touch and go, but they should also last the end, obviously being behind the safety car. We'll find out shortly if the safety car comes in. It's normally between 15 and 16 at the end of sector 2. So just wait now for... Is that an actual spin from Tortor, or is he just... He's just been passed by Rexon, interesting. Oh, I think Tortor appears to be having some issues here. He's lagging back some places as Yonzi's gone past him there. So safety car is still out. It's going to be out by the looks of it for another lap then. Which is working really well for those guys who picked the soft tyres. Obviously they'll be benefiting from an extra lap, not using up too much wear of their tyres. And I completely agree with the stewards that this race has become odd. Obviously a safety car creates a lot more penalties than we normally expect to see. Obviously some with, I think it was Gooby got a drive-through penalty. So hopefully only one more lap behind the safety car. We're on lap 10 of 22. Obviously just trying to see the tyre temperatures of Zerd. I can't quite see him, it's a bit shaky on his wheel for me to see. No, I can't really read those. So, not a lot's happened. Bumble's crashing out, just chilling, causing the safety car. Then his teammate DNFing as well. Eniton either had a spin or had some contact behind the safety car and dropped himself the whole way back to P16, having to take an extra pit stop. Zerd's got to be careful not to hit that safety car. That could be bad news bears for him. As hopefully we'll get racing again shortly. Ferrari boys looking in good positions at the moment, but with Copy behind them, as I say, on those soft tyres, I'd be a little bit worried if I was the Ferrari boys. Falsetti picks up a 5-second stop go for a collision with Rexon. So obviously a lot of issues in the midfield. Hopefully no one's picking up any damage behind the safety car, because that will potentially completely ruin their race like it may have done for Eniton. But crucially now, Ryan has managed to close up to the back of the pack, and we are all training through. So hopefully, fingers crossed guys, safety car will be in this lap. Well, Rexon is dropping like a stone. What's happened to him? Where's he gone? Oh, Rexon must have had a little off. Cloud picks up a penalty as well there. Safety car is coming in this lap, guys. Excellent. So Zerd will be the new safety car then. He's going to try and back this pack up as much as possible. And we shall get going again in a moment. So all eyes on Zerd. He's going to put the foot down and get going. So just needs to wait for that safety car to get away a bit more. Ooh, I thought he thought about going there. You have to be careful. And you just watch that green line on his accelerator. When he gets the full, that means he's going, and going big. He's not really gone, as you might expect. Let's just go at the back here. Eniton making moves already. They all look... Oh, big slide. Who was that? That was Gooby. Must have been punted from behind. He just went full on. Oh, he went into the pits. He wasn't hit, he just flew into the pits. So, Zerd's still holding the lead as there's movements further back. No DRS obviously because we just restarted. Yeltec and Audible Gamer swapping. They're going to go side by side. Audible Gamer slots in behind Yeltec, going up through Radiant. So Rayner on the back of Copy, not gaining game positions on that opening few corners, but Rayner is still on the back of him. Copy on the back of Brownie. There's Yonti and Tianamo. Tianamo is dropping like a stone there. He's just lost that to Falsetti as well. He's going to lose that to Tortor. Tortor's all over the back of him. Going to look down the inside into Rivage, is he? Oh, he's going to be taken, in fact, himself by Yeltec. Yeltec's going to get blocked by Tianamo. And Tortor's actually looking like he's going to take Tianamo, but he lost that to Yeltec. And he's got the Mercedes of Clowie all over the back of him. Tortor still looking to make moves. Yeltec's soft tyres are working wonders for him. He's going to go past Tianamo. Up into P9 then for Yeltec. As he's just trying to come down the inside there of Yeltec, but he can't. Yeltec running a little bit wide on the exit. Hazard and Yonti swapping places further up as well. It's battles everywhere as Falsetti's looking to make moves here. He's going to make a move and he's going to be stuck on the outside here. As Copy and Yonti are battling as well. Copy dropping like a stone. What's happened to him? He must have had some problem on that lap. He was up in P4 and now he's down in P5 and battling with Yonti. Oh, that is a lovely camera angle of that battle there. 4 cars all vying for the same piece of tarmac here. Falsetti's sticking back in 8th. And is that why Copy's dropping back? Because I just saw Yonti just drive straight through him. Falsetti nearly losing his front wing there. He's going to be under pressure from Yeltec as they go down the hill towards Eau Rouge. And Zerd has put his foot down and said, I'm going, see you later. 2.5 seconds lead already. Yeltec all over the back of Falsetti. Moves out the slipstream. Tortor has DNF'd. Can we get a decent camera angle please, broadcaster? No. Yeltec sliding past Falsetti, he's gone through as Hazard is still battling in the back of Copy. Got a better drive off the corner and he's going to make this move side by side through Rivage. He goes, he's got the inside line but Copy is holding him there. He's getting squeezed but he's made it past. Copy potentially could lose out to Yeltec if he's not careful. That lag Copy's having is not helping and through goes Yeltec. Beautiful move there on the inside and Copy, just don't know what's happened to him. Has he got some damage? Is this why he's dropping? He's locked up there. Inaudible Gamer has left the session as well. He's DNF'd along with Tortor. He's losing a few people here. Not, in all honesty, paying much attention. I've just so much going on at the moment. I just want to see if Copy's got some damage there. Because he's just dropped like an absolute stone. Has he got any damage to that front wing? No, it's looking alright actually. It's interesting, not sure what's happened. But Copy was once upon a time P4 as Rayner's all over the back of Beaker. 10-second penalty for Clowie for corner cutting. A lot of penalties been flown. Clowie has DNF'd. Where's that? That's him there. What happened to Clowie? Well, what's done is done. So we're going to go back up to Rayner and P4. He's going to look to make a move here on Beaker. Is he getting DRS this time around? Yellow in 6, 1 and 3. Copy's dropping further. Enter speed in the pit lane. And he's had enough. He's retired from the session as Rayner goes through. Beaker is still on the back of him. So we're just dropping like flies at the moment now. We've just lost 4 drivers in the space of a lap. Anyturn, Clowie, Inaudible Gamer and Tortor all DNFing. I suspect Anyturns might have been through frustration and retired. Obviously it's not been his race today. So let's have a look further back. We've still got Rexon on the back of Falsetti. Is he going to make a move here? Potentially not. So Zerd has a 3-second lead over Brownie, who's got a 1.5 second lead over Rayner. Beaker's just been passed by Rayner, so he's quite close behind. Whether or not that gap will be sustained, we'll find out shortly. So Rexon is still hanging around the back of Falsetti. Tinamo's caught up with Rexon as well. And Hazard is still hovering around the back of Yeltek. Different tyres on those guys. Let's see if Tinamo can make a move here on Rexon going into the bus stop chicane. He's got the slipstream. He's just not quite close enough. Rayner going fast as everyone with 45.696. Oh, Tinamo sliding off the corner, but he's made the move on Rexon, or has he? Because Rexon's going to have the inside line. No, Rexon's backed off. Rexon's going to get DRS though on the Camel Straight shortly. So he'll be hoping to make a move back. Copy's pitted and DNF retired as well. Very bad day for the Williams boys then. And he's gone and gone. So virtual safety car has been deployed. That's someone's spun, or is that because... Is that all because they're retiring in the pit lane? I don't know. It's interesting if they got a virtual safety car from retiring in the pit lane. Hopefully this will be just a short one and we can get going. Rexon wants to get going, you can see. I'm just going to stick with this because this could be quite interesting. I've seen Rexon race many a times and he wants to go. He wants to drive. He's got to be careful not to pick up any penalties though. He's going to try and make a move and make it stick. So obviously gaps are a little bit unsure as we are going, and fortunately for Rexon that happened at the wrong time for him. And he's unable to jump Tinamo on the restart. Although Tinamo sliding off that corner, it's going to help Rexon a little bit because Tinamo is going to be a bit slower. And Rexon should be able to get after him here. He's going to make a move going into the chicane. He's looking to make a move already. He's got that slipstream. He's going to be looking to make a dive here into the chicane. He's been covered off quite well actually, and is unable to make a dive then on Tinamo. He's lost him behind. As further up, Beaker is still on the back of Rayner, who's actually caught up to Brownie now. That virtual safety car working really well for Rayner and Beaker, not too well for Brownie. He's 3.5 seconds off the lead, and I suspect he's about to be off the second step at the podium, because Rayner should come past him quite easily here. He's got that slipstream, he's got that DRS, pulls out, and up he goes then into P2, and he's going to set his sights on Zerd. But has he got what it needs to get Zerd? Further back, Rexon and Tinamo. That's not how Rexon wanted to be going. He's now picked up some front wing damage. Didn't see what happened unfortunately, but they were so close going into that corner. I suspect one of them might have been a bit of contact, just a bit too over aggressive from one of them. As the Red Bulls are currently 11th and 12th, but importantly they are still in the race. And that's what you need to be doing. You just need to be finishing sometimes and getting those points. Don't have to win every race, you just have to be in the points. Obviously Ferrari looking good at the moment, 3rd and 4th. Obviously Yonti down in 5th and his teammate in 2nd. Also going to be getting some decent points for the Haas team. That has to be a good result for them. Yonti might actually make a move on Big. He's on those soft tyres, so let's see if we can reel him in quite well. Beaker is going to get the DRS from his teammate. His teammate is just hanging around that 1 second window to Rayner. Rayner going fastest of everyone there. So let's see if Yonti can close in. He's got the soft tyres, but has he taken off all that good rubber? I don't think there's going to be any moves from him this time. Let's see what Brownie's doing. He's not really close enough. Falsetti, 3 second penalty. Obviously corner casting for him then. So Ryan and Rexon are still going out. Rexon with that front wing damage. He's going to have to be careful because he's going to really struggle for front end grip. Yeltek for the 3 second penalty as well. So let's go back up to the battle for, still the battle for 2nd. 2nd to 5th are very close together. Zerd is currently on a little race of his own with a 4 and a bit second lead. And so he's just starting to pull away as well as I think he might be getting a little bit bored up front. Let's have a look at him, see how he's doing. See if he's struggling or anything. I don't think he is. No, he's looking calm and collected. He's now 4.5 seconds clear of Rayner, who's only half a second clear of Brownie. Beacon needs to catch up his teammate as well, actually, because he's got Yonti all over the back, and his Gooby's left the session. Hopefully he can get himself back in and get going again. Yonti is unable to make a move there on Beaker. Beaker is still within that 1 second window of his teammate, so he'll still get that DRS on the home straight. Whether or not he'll get it going on the Kemmel straight, we'll see. Obviously he's got 1 lap fresher tyres. That shouldn't make too much of a difference, but it's all down to how the drivers drive and their setups, as Gooby has pitted. Interesting enough, the AI thinking it's time for him to pit. Let's have a look as Beaker has actually dropped outside that 1 second window. He does have DRS, but Yonti with a better DRS. He's going to move past him. Up Yonti goes. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? It's Yonti. And up to P4 he goes, splitting the Ferraris then. So Beaker dropping back down to 5th. Beaker, Gooby pitting obviously, as you saw. Is Gooby going to move? I think that might be the end of Gooby's race, because he's still in the pits. Okie dokie. Right, let's see what's happening elsewhere. Yeltic is gaining in on Beaker, but obviously if Gooby's stuck in the pits, that's really bad news for Yeltic, because if Yeltic wants to pit again at any point, he won't be able to. So for Yeltic's sake, he needs to be really, really careful now. The only thing I can think is that Gooby managed to get back into the game after his disconnect, has taken control of his car and hasn't paid attention. Hopefully he'll either get out of the way or Yeltic will be fine. So Zerd going fastest of all, he's up to 5 seconds ahead of Rayner then. And Beaker's all over the back, and Yonti goes fastest of everyone. He is on the back of Brownie, almost. On those soft tyres. Yeltic is trying to close in as well. He's just 2 seconds off the back of Beaker at the moment, but Brownie is 0.6 off the back of Rayner. So no position changes there on the Kemmel straight. Rayner's still P2 from Brownie, who's half a second behind. Bit kicking up dust there. Beaker's still holding onto the back of Yonti as Wrexham picks up penalties. And so, as it stands, Zerd is current race leader. He's nearly 5 seconds clear of Rayner, who's in P2, followed by Brownie, who's just behind him. I suspect we might see some overtake here. Well, not here, but on the Kemmel straight. Yonti and then Beaker behind. Yeltic in P6. Important to note that Yeltic can't pit again because Gooby is stuck. Well, interesting enough, his pit crew's still out, just not doing anything. Quite often when there's an issue in the pit lane, yeah, the pit crew disappear, but obviously not this time, as Yonti's got close to the back of Brownie on his soft tyres. Yeltic still unable to catch up to Beaker. Obviously there are penalties to be applied. We're on lap 19 of 22, so getting close towards the end of the race. Let's see if we can see a position change here. Obviously I suspect the position changes will happen on the very last lap, as it gives less of a chance for them to come back at you. Brownie in mode 0 with DRS, so he's not actually looking to make an overtake, but he's getting potentially passed by Yonti. As Yonti's going to go through on the inside here of turn 8, sorry. And Yonti up to P3 then. He's gone board with Brownie. He's going to make a move back at him. No, he's not. So actually Yonti's overtake on Brownie is actually made, was a second between Yonti and Rayner, but that's gone now. So Yonti gonna hope for his sake he can hold this position, if not get past his teammate. He's on the soft tyres, but at this stage of the race those softs are quite painful. Beaker and Brownie still 4th and 5th, so going to be a decent result for them. And there will be penalties to be applied at the end. Obviously, penalties picked up in game and penalties applied through incidents. As Yonti a little bit wide there. Is Brownie going to come down the inside? No, he's not. Yonti's going to have to be careful because he needs to keep that gap to his teammate if he wants to hold off Brownie. And he's not got DRS here. He does have it, but he's not using it. Has Yonti got a DRS issue? We'll find out. Let's see if he can. I don't think he's going to get DRS anyway. Up this straight, so Brownie should come past him quite easily. Beaker's hanging around the back of him. So here comes Brownie. He's going to make an easy overtake then on Yonti. Through he goes. And up into P3 once again goes Brownie. More yellows in sector 2 and 3. Can only assume that is the Red Bulls fighting to keep their cars on the track. As Zerd is currently quite comfortable out in the lead. He's got a 5-second lead. This is going through P1 at the moment. Don't think he's ever going to have to worry. Probably just. He's got it in mode 0 at the moment. He's probably just taking it easy. He knows that he can switch it up when needed. And I don't think it is going to be needed anytime soon. Oh, Beaker fighting his car off the curb there. I thought he might lose it a little bit. A little bit of dust getting kicked up in front of him as well. As Brownie is just around that 1 second window to Rayner. So we're about to start lap 21 then of 22. Not long to go if you're going to make a move. Also, I think at this stage you don't want to make a move. You want to sit behind and make the move on the final lap. Ryan appears to be going for the fastest lap. But he's actually a lap down then on the leaders, potentially. Just trying to find out where Ryan... Gooby's... Yep, Gooby's in the first. So Ryan is ahead of Zerd, so he'll get to do a flying lap. So Yonti's just slipped outside the 1 second from Brownie. That could be bad news for him. Beaker, I suspect, will make a move here unless you can absolutely guarantee he's going to make it and hold it next time around. He is going to make a move. And through goes Beaker up into P4. As Yonti's tyre has just fallen away slightly. Is that what's gifted him? So then as it stands, Zerd is currently going to be race leader. He's 5.7 seconds clear of Rayner, followed by Brownie in P3. He's half a second off the back of Rayner. We haven't got to the final lap yet. We're on lap 21 of 22. Final lap is coming up shortly. And this is where we can see those big changes. Because of the strength of the DRS on the Kevel Straight, it's going to allow people to make that overtake. Brownie's actually getting really close to the back of Rayner. Is Rayner trying to let him through? So he has the chance to hold the position. It's a sneaky tactic if that's what's happening. He's actually gone board with Rayner. See if he's actually lifting at all to try and let Brownie through. Don't think he would be, or maybe he's just trying to back Brownie into Beaker to back Beaker into Yonti. Which is a very convoluted way of doing it, but... So, Zerd is about to start the final lap then. Almost looks like they are trying to... He's trying to back up the Ferraris into Yonti here. Will it work? I don't know. I suspect Brownie will come past, but will Yonti get past Beaker? We'll find out shortly. As Brownie's actually gone through. That could be bad news for Brownie because he's not going to get DRS here. Rayner's going to get DRS on Brownie. Beaker's going to have DRS on Rayner, and Yonti's going to get it on Beaker. So Brownie made a mistake there, and Rayner has deliberately let him through. Yep, so Rayner has gone through. Brownie is back into P3. Beaker holding on P4 from Yonti. Brownie sliding down the inside. There's contact. Big contact. And that is collected his teammate. And that's collected both Ferraris. Brownie also getting a little bit aggressive there in an attempt to make his move on Rayner. Yeltek's come through on Beaker. So, where's Beaker? Yeltek. Yeltek's going to make a move here on Brownie, I suspect. Meanwhile, out front, Zerd is going to take a comfortable win. Yeltek's just going to be careful. Brownie doesn't have much front wing on that car. Yeltek then up into P4. Brownie's struggling with that car. Hazard is close to the back of Beaker as well. Hazard could be coming through. This has not worked out well for the Ferraris. That maybe slightly overly ambitious dive from Brownie, potentially costing both the Ferraris a lot of points. Zerd takes a comfortable win. 5 second stop go penalty. Hazard and Beaker coming together. I'm going to stick with this because that's a big contact down. That's going to be Beaker spun out there. Contact from Hazard. And potentially that should be reversed. That position. Beaker gets a 10 second penalty for corner cutting. Interesting. So, in all this madness on the last lap, Zerd is your current race winner, followed by Yonti, Rayner, Brownie, Hazard, Yelsek, Tinamo, Falsetti, Beaker. Rex is going to be the next one to cross the line. I feel sorry for the stewards after this one. This one's going to be quite busy for them. Working out which ones to give more penalties or which ones to take penalties away from. As it stands though, Rexon is going to be P10. Ryan, his teammate, is going to come across the line in P11. Just a bit off the pace, but still finishing the race. Gooby is still in the pits, so he'll be sitting there for a while. So we're going to see if Ryan can actually do the fast lap. Let's have a look what the fast lap is so far. It's a 45.2. Can he do a 45.2 or 45.1? It's best with a 45.14. So Ryan coming up to the final chicane. Let's see if he can go fastest. I think he did it last time out as well, if I'm not wrong. Oh, that was Tortor. So Ryan going to come across the line. Is he going to go fastest? I didn't see it. Just saw an unserved penalty there for Ryan. Well, yeah, that was a hectic race. And there's your podium, although it's going to lag, so skip it. So there you go, that's the final positions as they stand before the stewards get their hands on it. Zerd taking the race win from Yonti, followed by Brownie, Hazard, Yeltek, Rayner, Tinamo, Falsetti, Beaker, Rexon, Ryan, Gooby, Copy. Oh, sorry, from Real Gooby, obviously having that issue in the pits. Downwards, DNFing, followed by Copy, Enter and Chloe, Inaudible Gamer, Tortor, Maester, Just Chilling, and Bwommels. So, it's going to be interesting few days ahead as we try and work out who actually came where after the manic final lap. I don't envy the